So with the offset of my new wheels, everything looks nice and it's very flush, as you can see, both front and rear. But the fender and the rear quarter are not rolled, and they still have the fender liners in and everything is still there. The car's not super low overall. I mean, it's got about, I can get one finger in there I guess, but it's pretty low, but it's not terribly low. I don't really want to raise it up any because I like the way that it sits. I like the height that it's at. So but if you can see here, if I can get that to focus, it rubs just a little bit. It's rubbing on, I think it's rubbing right here on this. Now I can remove these and bend them up out of the way a little bit, but I would prefer to not do that. And in the rear, here in the rear, these are not rolled. It's hard to see because of the yeah, you can see it right here, but these are not rolled. It's hard to see because of the how bright it is. But anyway, I didn't want to really roll these, so I'm going to make some camber adjustments. These rears, the rear has adjustable Voodoo 13 arms, and for the front, these just came in from RHD Japan. This is the part number, but these are from Cusco. They're -5mm front upper arms. Take them out of the box, you can look at them. And this is the arm. So it's made by Cusco. Here's the part number, if I can get this thing to actually focus on there. 231479AC. There's a little L here for left. And yeah, so anyway, this is it. This is fairly substantial. It's actually heavier than I thought it would be, but I guess that's probably important. Alright, let's get the car up on stands and we'll get the wheels off. Alright, true to form, I'm sweating my face off in here. I got the car up on the jack stands now, I got the wheels off. Let me show you what I'm going to be doing. This up here is the arm that will be coming out to be replaced. So I need to take this nut, if I can see that, this nut and this nut, these two will be coming off, and then I'll be replacing this piece. But in order to do that, I'm actually going to remove the coilover and allow this to kind of be able to sag, move up and down. 17mm on both sides, front and back. The coilover back here is a 19mm, and then the coilover here up on the top, those are 14mm. I'm a little bit further now. Let me show you actually what I had to do. I did actually have to come in here and remove the sway bar end link. That way it basically gave this the ability, it gave the upright the ability to articulate and move, because what that did was that allowed me to lower this piece down to pull the bolt all the way out, and the same for this piece in the back. So we're actually at the point now where I can remove it. I've got it kind of set to the side here, so there we go. So there it is. Pulled it out, so you can see I actually had, these are actually brand new bushings. Actually had the Nismo bushings bought and put in, and I had this stripped and repainted black. It actually still looks like it's in pretty good shape. So I'll put this one right next to the, I'll put the Cusco arm right next to this so we can see what it looks like. So that's them sitting right next to each other. The Cusco arm, you can see, is actually 5mm shorter. I'm going to put the bolts back in it, that way you can actually take a look at it and see the difference. Let me do that now. So I got it back in now, and everything's not bolted back down quite yet. But yeah, not too bad. Looks pretty good. That's hard to see. I don't know if that will show very well or not. But that's it. It's installed now. I'm going to start tightening everything up. I think what I'm going to do before I get everything completely tightened back is I'm going to put the wheel back on here, and then I'm going to raise and lower it and see if there's any interference with this at all, and we'll give that a shot and see what happens. Got the wheel on, and I got the jack under it and pushing it up, and you can see it's tucking it nicely, but it looks like, I don't know, you can't really see here very well, but if you look right there, it looks like it does make just a little bit of contact. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit on the fender liner. So I may just run it like this for a little bit and see what happens. Alright, let me give you the torque specs on this. So this is going to be set to 70. This is going to be set to 70. This one down here for the lower bolt on the coilover is going to be 85. The sway bar end link is 30, and then the top for the top upper parts of the coilover are also 30. All right, let's get this thing reassembled and put the wheel back on. All right, everything is pretty much done and reassembled and torqued back down now. I was messing with the camber in the rear, which was a real pain, but I made some adjustments to this, and I ended up having to take this out, make some adjustments here because I didn't have enough thread length on the bolt, but that's okay. I was able to make it work. So I did that on both of the wheels. I don't know how much camber it added, but I am going to take the car back to get an alignment, and we'll see kind of the before and after of what it all looks like. Anyway, let's get the wheels back on and back on the ground. We have mostly back on the ground. It's just sitting on the ramps here. So I'm actually going to leave the car sitting like this on the ramps overnight, and I'll take it down tomorrow. I need to go rehydrate. The car is definitely going to need an alignment, especially in the rear, because I adjusted the camber in pretty heavily on the passenger side, and the tire's tucked in now, but it's got a really bad angle on the toe. Let me show you what it looks like here. This is on the driver's side rear. That definitely looks better. Passenger side here, you can definitely see it definitely tucked it in a lot more, which is good, because it was actually poking quite a bit before. But as you can see, the tire is actually towed. I think that's toe in. It's towed in quite a bit, so I'm gonna have to take it and get it aligned. But that might, well, we'll see. That might take care of our rubbing issue here. If not, we'll just keep adjusting until I get it the way I want. You see the front, how the front has some good camber now. I'm going to try and see if I can find my alignment specs that I had when I had the car aligned. That way, when I get it realigned, I'll be able to show you the side-by-side how much negative camber I added with the Cusco upper control arms, and how much more, and also how much more camber I added in the rear. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Thanks for watching the video. Hopefully it's helpful for you. I'll see you in the next one.